Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, December 8th. Weekend got away from us at home this weekend. I wasn't able to get home in time last night to put a video together. Today we have an early release, as you know. Running the shortened schedule this morning. Got some PLC time this afternoon for everybody. Also this afternoon we are going to be interviewing for Holly Mayer's long-term sub position when she goes out on maternity leave. And tomorrow we have a principal meeting over at the district office, and that will help carry us through the week here, folks. We've got a busy week, again, as always, as we lead up to the holidays. All right, I'm just realizing that everything looks brown on your screen. I'm in the 7-8 conference room with that nice wood paneling behind me. All right, real quick update on EE and SLOs. First of all, the second timeline is drafted right now. I'm just taking a look at it here. By the end of December here, by the end of February, all step 4 part 2 training needs to be done. There's a few people that still need to take care of part 1. But part 2 training needs to be done. That's some of the DPI training stuff. And January through February, we've got a lot of that mid-year stuff that starts happening. So we've got you should be, if you're doing a progress check for your mid-year review, you should be doing that in probably January or so, and putting some of your SLO data together so that when we have the mid-year review, for those of you that are getting evaluated this year, you've got that and we can go through that conversation. Also, Bill, Dana, and I are working on setting up our actual formal observations for those that are getting evaluated, and then this section ends with that mid-year review for those that are involved in that. So that'll happen right around the end of February. All right, another quick update with EE and SLOs. School-wide, we've got an action plan that's drafted, put together. CIT took a look at it last week. We're looking at that tomorrow at our principal meeting, and then hopefully we can get that finalized and kind of shared out. So again, we're looking at 4 things. We're looking at closing gaps in reading, math, and behavior, and then as well as school connectedness with students, which kind of ties into all of those. With that, for the behavior piece specifically, what we're looking at is starting to move towards some Tier 2 intervention work for some students. So I'm in the process this month of gathering data from the first part of the school year and putting that list of kids together that need that second level of intervention. And we can all probably pick who those students might be at each grade level, but just know that that's what's in the works so that we can kick off January with some of those interventions. All right, next up, we've had a lot of conversations district-wide around reading specialists. We've had a lot of people in the building asking questions about the reading specialist position and what does that role look like, and this is including Jody, our reading specialist. As we go through the fishbowl process with Writers Workshop and take a look at literacy across content areas and take a look at how do we best move forward, not only Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions for students, but also strengthen our Tier 1, our core instruction. And we all know that that's been a real push from the curriculum office with Sue Wilson for the last 3 years. So one of the things that we talked about when we had the fishbowl last week is how best do we structure what the reading specialist positions look like, not only in this district, but all over the place. It has shifted a lot, as most of you are aware. Really, the number one focus for reading specialists right now is that embedded professional development within the school, focused on literacy and reading. In our case, kind of a K-12 look at the reading specialist, it's how does that person not only support workshop, which is new to all of us, but also learn those strategies so that that the reading specialist, Jody, in our case, can grow more. Right now, I think our language arts teachers are up here with Writers Workshop. As the year goes on, we're hoping that Jody, after seeing everybody teach it, is up here and knows the difference between what happens in an 8th grade versus a 5th grade classroom. And we saw that at the fishbowl last week. What that difference is in our students, so that then she can become that resource to really support writing and reading once Reading Workshop rolls through. So that's a part of it. You'll see a big email that'll come out from me in the next day or so That'll explain in more detail the role of what the reading specialist is. But I know that's been a challenge for all of us, myself included, as we try to figure this out as part of the evolution of everything that we deal with. So if you have questions about that, please let me know. All right, last but not least, today I've got some quick announcements here. Just a reminder that next Monday, that is the 15th, we will be bringing in food from the Roadside Grill for staff. We'll put that big spread out in the office, so please come on down and grab something to eat. We'll try to have that set up and ready to go by 10:30, 10:45 at the latest. It depends on when Roadside can get there. Get that set up so everybody can come in during their lunchtime to get something. Also on the 18th is our grazing day. Again, Gail has sent some information out about that, so we've got plenty of calories coming next week. Also in January, on the first Monday that we're back, we have our first staff meeting of 2015. We're going to spend that talking about schedule and some of the things that are kind of floating around out there. There's been zero official conversation about scheduling at all, but we have had in pockets of different content areas and different places talking about what it would be great if we had this or if we didn't have this. And so we're just going to put all that out on the table and just have a discussion with the whole building in the room on January 3rd. Our second staff meeting of the month is January, I wrote it down here, January 26th. That's normally in PLC time. We have a possibility that we'll be getting some information about facilities and referendum and that survey that went out to all community members and staff on that date. So stay tuned on that one. But our two dates are the 5th and the 26th. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. And thanks for being patient with me when I was sick all the time last week. I appreciate it. Have a good week.